as we think about those 11 people that were killed there in Pittsburgh in the synagogue.
The darkest day in the history of Pittsburgh, said the mayor, and you're looking right now at the memorial forming outside the synagogue. Overnight, thousands gathered for a vigil at the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial. You see them there to remember and honor those victims of the deadliest attack on American Jews in our nation's history.
All of our hearts are heavy this morning. The Pittsburgh Steelers holding a moment of silence before kickoff Sunday. The Temple, just a few miles from the team's practice facility, and overseas, the Eiffel Tower going dark to remember the victims of that massacre, while in Tel Aviv, this tribute, City Hall there flashing between Israel and America's flags, a show of solidarity.
It really was. We have team coverage of the tragic mass shooting, and Amy Robach starts us off. She's there in Pittsburgh for us. Good morning, Amy.
Robin, good morning. Police and the FBI continue their investigation into Saturday's horrific mass shooting. Several blocks surrounding Tree of Life Synagogue remain closed today. And this morning, the alleged shooter is facing 29 charges, 22 of which make him eligible for the death penalty.
All city units are being sent to an active shooter.
9:54 a.m. Saturday morning, tragedy strikes as a morning of prayer quickly shifts to a morning of deadly chaos. In under a minute, police rushing to the scene of an active shooter at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh early Saturday morning.
7-1, contact, shot fired.
Barry Werber was inside when the gunfire began. He says he first heard a crash.
I saw a body on the steps, and I realized that the crash I'd heard must have been a gunshot. The gentleman walks in with a long gun, and I could see the jacket he had on and a pair of pants of some sort.
The alleged shooter, identified as 46-year-old Robert Bowers, was carrying an assault-style rifle and 3 handguns, according to police.
And as we approached the front of the synagogue, he began firing at us.
According to the FBI, Bowers hurled words of hate against Jews as he murdered them. The gunman then retreated further into the synagogue. A SWAT team enters, discovering a scene of unimaginable horror. 11 people, 3 women and 8 men dead. As medics rushed to evacuate the wounded, officers climbed to the 3rd floor where Bowers had fled. What came next? An all-out gun battle. Bowers shot, wounded, and crawling on his knees, he then surrenders.
Suspects talking about all these Jews need to die. We're still communicating with them.
At hospitals, nurses and doctors steadying themselves for the worst.
I think that everybody here, that was when they said there's not anybody else coming. We're like, we were all saddened by that.
It's devastating.
Overnight, the community came together at a vigil for those lives lost. Bowers now in federal custody, facing charges.
29 separate federal crimes. There are 11 counts of murdering victims who are exercising their religious beliefs. There are 11 counts of using a firearm to commit murder, and each of these counts is punishable by death.
The victims ranging in age from 54 to 97. 86-year-old Sylvan Simon and his wife, 84-year-old Bernice, killed in the same place they wed 6 decades earlier in December 1956. Here, their wedding announcement describing the candlelight ceremony at the Tree of Life. 75-year-old Joyce Feinberg, the widowed mother of 2 sons and a grandmother, was a retired research specialist at the University of Pittsburgh. And brothers 54-year-old David and 59-year-old Cecil Rosenthal, who lived together, loved going to Saturday services. They never missed a week.
The Rosenthal brothers had attended Tree of Life Synagogue since they were children, and friends described the brothers as inseparable. Also among those killed, 97-year-old Rose Mallinger. Friends telling us you've never met a more vivacious 97-year-old. She was full of life and a fixture of the community. Also this past Saturday, normally a group of school children would have been inside the Tree of Life Synagogue attending Shabbat services. One of those children had a conflict with Saturday, and so thankfully for those families, that service was moved till Sunday. Robin?
Oh my. All right, Amy, thank you.
All right, everyone, hello and welcome back to the channel. All right, now, so for those of you that might be having a hard time relating that news story with the frauditor who got shot, well, let me help you out by informing you of that frauditor who we all know as Furry Potato. And for those of you that are familiar with Furry, then you know that he is a very nasty individual. Nasty. with a capital N. And let me just say that he no longer hides the fact that he is not out there fighting for anybody's rights. He is not ashamed to tell people that, yes, he is out there poking the bear. Poking the bear, and I say poking the bear, okay? Whereas this guy, anytime he goes out there, every time he goes out there, he gets into an altercation. Let's say that he ensures that he is going to get a reaction, and he will get to pepper spray somebody, as well as other dramatic shit that he does, okay? And I don't understand how he is still out there, that somebody has not taken this guy out, period. With the shit that he does, I am truly surprised that somebody has not taken him out. Now, again, I say, for those of you that are familiar with him, you know that he had at one time had over 30,000, I think it was, in subscribers, and he ended up losing his channel because of his BS, okay? And then he came back as a, I guess you could say, doing what we do, but he was out there giving advice to frauditors. He would turn around and showcase a frauditor's video and then give them pointers. Give them pointers. Hey, this is what you got to do next time they come at you and tell you that you got to leave the location, or this or that. Okay. Again, I don't know what you would call it. I guess giving tech support, if you want to put it that way, for the frauditors. So, and if you guys remember, again, you would have to. I've always kept track of this knucklehead because he is a very nasty individual. If you remember, at one time, he was asking his subscribers for at least 20 grand. He was looking for his subscribers to donate 20 grand so that he could create a website that would he would no longer have to deal with YouTube. He was annoyed at the fact that YouTube, I don't know, he made comments that a petition was put out there in reference to his channel being negative, and he threw the numbers out there. I'm not coming up with these numbers, but he threw a number that it took 5,000 people to petition his channel to be taken down, and YouTube took it down. Okay, and then, as we all know, these frauditors, they end up using somebody else's name. He came back as I forget what they Frauditor, no, Potato Review, or I forget. Now he is back, okay, but he's been out of commission so long that I don't know. He's not. He doesn't. He has gained 11,000 subscribers, but he is not as popular as he used to be. Let's say, but he is still nasty. Again, I say he was looking for people to donate 20 grand so that he could specifically create a website for those who would want to see the drama that he causes. Okay, and let me tell you, the way he was talking, and I did have it recorded a long time ago. I had it saved to my computer. I was going to make a video on him, and I don't know what happened, that I ended up deleting it or whatsoever, because people just lost interest in him, and I never thought he was going to come back into the picture, but he is back. Okay, he's just not as dramatic as, or should I say, he is not as popular as he used to be. But again, that news story that I put on at the very beginning of the video, it was a mass shooting that happened out here where I'm at in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's around 5 hours away from me, but the Tree of Life or whatever was a synagogue. And as we all know, if you're familiar with his videos, then you know that he targeted synagogues. In my opinion, he had a hard-on with the Jewish religion, okay? And if you remember the video, which I am going to play it, I think some of you might be new to this frauditing deal, and I want to refresh it. We're going to do a flashback, let's call it. A flashback in time, and remembering this knucklehead when he was out there harassing people. And again, this particular this little incident that happened at the synagogue where the security guard, now I'm not making excuses for the security guard. I myself feel that the security guard overreacted, but hey, again, this individual here, Furry Potato here, want to go harass a synagogue. Just, I think, not even a week went by when this mass shooting happened, and a lot of the synagogues took it upon, they wanted to upgrade their security and have armed security at all their synagogues. And you got this knucklehead here who he did a interview with a news local news media out there in Cali, and he turned around and told them that he was innocently recording the synagogue because he was fascinated about the architecture. Yeah, if you believe that shit, I got a bridge to sell you, okay? But it turned out the principal made a interview or a statement to the media, and it turned out that Furry was recording kids while they were being dropped off at school. Okay, the synagogue was a synagogue / school. Okay, and he, again, I say, you would have to know and be familiar with his videos. This guy would intentionally plant himself in driveways and record the vehicles going into the parking lot and going out, intentionally waiting for security to come at him, and then he would get into a back and forth argument. So at this particular synagogue where he got shot at, just before he got shot at, he poked the bear by recording again, standing at a certain distance, recording the kids while they were being dropped off, and then want to record through windows, their windows, okay? As we've seen other frauditors that do that when they can't get into a location, they want to put their cameras right through, they want to use their monopods and raise it up to the window and try to look inside, and not try, they would record what's going on inside of the building, okay? So again, he brought this shit upon himself where the security guard took him as a threat. And again, I say, I'm not justifying what the security guard did, but I could understand why he did it. A week after this mass shooting, you got some knucklehead who is, this guy was dressed up, and you would be amazed. At one time, this guy was using, he looked like something out of Star Wars, with a motorcycle helmet. He had a 360 camera on each shoulder, and a GoPro camera mounted on his chest, and one mounted on the helmet. He used a motorcycle helmet to cover his entire face. And again, I say, this guy walking down the street looking like this, what else would you think, damn it? This guy is some mercenary or terrorist or what? This guy was just, man, he's way out there, and he's still way out there. But let's get into the video, and we're going to do a flashback, because again, I say, I think we have a lot of new people that are not familiar with this knucklehead, and I want to introduce you to this knucklehead who, in my opinion, falls in the category of worst of the worst.
Shot me! This was the startling moment a YouTuber whose channel name is Furry Potato was shot in the leg. Shot me! The whole thing was streamed live on the account. Police say the content curator, who goes by Zoe Perez, was outside a Los Angeles synagogue standing on a public sidewalk when she was shot by a security guard.
During the incident, we did try to keep the girls calm, and the building was placed on lockdown.
The school's principal says there was concern over what Zoe was filming.
An individual was filming our girls at the school and the building, the perimeter of the building extensively, including all the windows and the exits. And this caused a great deal of anxiety to both our staff and our students.
You know, I'm just taking shots of the thing. You know, he comes up super aggressive. I'm not looking to talk to that guy at that point.
Some say the school's response was uncalled for.
Listen, nobody should freak out when someone's recording from a public sidewalk. And that's all she was doing.
Perez is a First Amendment auditor, according to the YouTube channel description. The account, with more than 17,000 subscribers, shows video of Perez going to public places and testing First Amendment rights.
Weird. What an idiot. I'm sitting here taking a picture of a building because I think it's pretty neat with all this, like, Jewish, not artifacts, but like drawings, not drawings, but like, how do I say it? Like sculptures and stuff like that.
away. I don't want you close to me. I don't want you close to me. All right, so let me jump back in here real quick and comment. Whereas once this live stream was converted into a video, he made the effort to delete the footage of him standing around recording the kids getting out of their parents' vehicle to go into school, as well as he deleted the footage of him raising his monopod stick, or whatever the hell you want to call it, raising it up into the windows there so he could record what was going on. Okay, because in my opinion, that would have gave the school some just cause and why the security guard did what he did. Now, again, I will say that in my opinion, that security guard was a little too gun-ho. Understandable that just a few days before this incident here, that mass shooting had happened. But again, I say that security guard was just too quick to pull his gun out. But any normal person that was in this knucklehead shoes and noticed that this guard is a little too quick to pull his gun, in my opinion, any normal person would have just let me get the hell out of here. And not to mention that this knucklehead here was telling the officers that he feared for his life. He feared for his life. The security guard, he was just so afraid. But does it look like this guy made any attempt to leave? Like, let's say, again, I say a normal person would have said, this security guard is not playing with a full deck. Let me get the hell out of here. It sure as hell didn't look like that to me. It didn't look like he was fearing for his life. To me, he looked like he was looking for this guard to put one in his ass so he could, in my opinion, have ammunition to lawsuit or whatever else this guy. His whole way of thinking is screwed up. But let's get back to the video.
Stay there. Stay there.
You notice he has his hand on his weapon? He actually unholstered it earlier on the other sidewalk. He unholstered it. He actually unholstered it, everybody. He unholstered his freaking weapon. This guy's in trouble. You can't unholster your weapon on someone that's on the sidewalk. This guy's in a lot of trouble, everyone. You can't unholster your weapon like that. There he is. There's the criminal with a fake badge and a real gun. Mind you, he unholstered the weapon when I was on Beverly Boulevard. When I was standing on Beverly Boulevard, everyone, he unholstered his weapon. Hey, look, first that dog. Look at the dog in his raincoat. Looks like this jackass. And he falsely imprisoned me. He didn't let me move free of my will. He's in a lot of trouble.
Get away, get away, get away. Get away from the door. I'm ready to shot you. You try one more time, you're dead. And I'm gonna make sure.
This guard just pulled a gun out on me, everybody. He told me he was gonna shoot me dead. He said if I move, he's gonna shoot me dead.
Why are you recording us? Why are you recording me? Why are you recording this institution? ¿Te lo lanza?
He said he was gonna shoot me dead if I moved, everybody. No, he said he was gonna shoot me if I moved. I'm on Beverly Boulevard in Beverly Hills at the Jewish synagogue. Cross street is the Grove. Cross street is the Grove. Fucker shot me! Fucker shot me in the leg! Fuck!
Get away!
Oh, the fucker shot me in the leg! Fuck! God damn it! Ah! Fuck!
You have nothing. There's a warning shot. You keep doing that, I will charge you real.
Ah! This fucker just shot me!
You have nothing. Put your fucking gun down! Put your gun down! You're gonna kill you. Don't do it. Put your fucking gun down! Inside.
Fuck, he just shot me in the leg! This fucker just shot me!
Hey! Don't shoot you!
In the leg!
Call the cops!
He hit me in the leg! Fucker just shot me in the leg! God damn it! Fuck! Ah! Fuck! God damn it! God! Fuck! Ah, you just fucking hit me in the leg!